The head of the world's only Jewish state stands in the well of America's house and warns our president isn't doing enough to confront the nuclear ambitions of a, quote, dark and murderous regime. This is Special Report. Good evening, welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made history today, becoming only the second foreign leader to deliver his third address to a joint meeting of the U.S. Congress. Winston Churchill was the first. And the Israeli Prime Minister today seized the occasion to issue a dire warning about the fate of the Jewish people, the stability of the Middle East, and the perils of American diplomacy that he sees as dangerously out of touch with reality. For his part, President Obama said he didn't bother to watch, but that he read the transcript and saw nothing new. We have Fox team coverage tonight. Ed Henry's at the White House. He has the president's dismissive reaction and the political fallout from the prime minister's historic speech. But we begin with Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen on a forceful and passionate plea from an ally who feels abandoned by the White House. Good evening, James.
Brett, good evening. Invoking the specter of the Holocaust and warning that the world again stands at a fateful crossroads, Prime Minister Netanyahu urged the Congress to in effect bypass President Obama and assert greater control over the nuclear negotiations with Iran. In grim, often gripping fashion, the Israeli Prime Minister warned that the U.S. and 5 other countries negotiating with Iran are preparing to leave the Islamic regime's vast nuclear infrastructure intact, including 5,600 centrifuges enriching uranium.
It's a very bad deal. We're better off without it.
Worse still, Netanyahu said the deal would only last 10 years or so, after which Iran's remaining 15,000 centrifuges could be reactivated.
Now, I want you to think about that. The foremost sponsor of global terrorism could be weeks away from having enough enriched uranium for an entire arsenal of nuclear weapons, and this with full international legitimacy.
Several dozen Democrats and all members of the Obama administration boycotted the session, but Netanyahu still played to a packed House chamber and a global audience. He portrayed Iran as a formidable regional power, already potent in Gaza, Baghdad, Beirut, Damascus, and Sana'a. And he warned that Shiite Iran will never partner with the U.S. to defeat the Sunni terrorists of ISIS. Rather, Netanyahu cast the mullahs of the Islamic regime and the marauders of the Islamic State as kindred spirits, pointedly using the very terminology President Obama eschews.
Iran and ISIS are competing for the crown of militant Islam. So when it comes to Iran and ISIS, the enemy of your enemy is your enemy.
In remarks to the pro-Israel lobby group AIPAC Monday night, White House National Security Advisor Susan Rice pre-butted Netanyahu's address by arguing that negotiators cannot realistically insist that Iran dismantle its entire enrichment apparatus.
The plain fact is, no one can make Iran unlearn the scientific and nuclear expertise it already possesses.
A special arms control advisor to Secretary of State Clinton, Robert Einhorn, was a member of the U.S. delegation to the nuclear talks with Iran.
I still think it's possible to have a good deal, one that permits a very limited enrichment capacity.
The nuclear negotiators are working to finalize a deal with Iran by March 24th. By then, the results of the Israeli elections, in which Prime Minister Netanyahu is standing for re-election, will be 1 week old. Brett?
James, thank you.